Thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Open Mic with Mac. My name is Michaela Patton, and I am the founder of this podcast. I am so excited for you guys to meet this week's special guest. She is a longtime friend of mine and an incredibly talented actress, director, and producer. You may recognize her from her work on TV shows such as Quantico, Younger, The Get Down, and Saturday Night Live. She has also been in a handful of different feature films, with her most recent one being Chronicles of a Serial Killer, where she stars opposite DMX. And she was also in a few Emmy-nominated episodes of Making a Scene with James Franco. It is with great pleasure that I introduce my good friend, Allie Mang. Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
This is fun. It's going.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So for those of you guys who are watching that may not know Allie, or maybe first-time viewers that don't know me, Allie and I met, I want to say 5 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 20. Holy crap. 5 years ago at an acting studio in Manhattan called Studio 4. Where we attended James Franco's master class, and we did a feature film together, and her and I kind of just clicked, and we remained friends since.
Yay.
Yeah. So Allie is an actress based out of New York. She's born and raised on the East Coast, and she stayed there throughout COVID. So Allie, can you tell us a little bit about how COVID has affected you and kind of any changes you've seen?
Sure. Well, I think COVID, affected all of us in crazy ways. It's weird thinking back now. I guess I would say in the beginning it was the pace of life. Anyone in the tri-state area, for the most part, connected to New York City, it's go, 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 nonstop action. I feel like my day-to-day was like getting up, working out, doing meditations, writing, and that was before my day would even start. And then I'd have meetings and client meetings and hopefully auditions and classes, and in the evenings there were events or networking things. And that's any kind of person in the tri-state area or New York. Your schedule is just super packed and always busy. There's always like places to go, things to do. So with COVID, having everything just immediately stop and not being able to do anything, it was really hard.
Yeah.
I would go out and say like that, for the whole country, I would say New Yorkers probably struggled the most, just because we're so used to like full-time action 24/7.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel for everybody in the tri-state area. I feel for our country, but specifically those of us who are just used to that constant action and that go, go, go. It was very hard and shocking, I think, to just have everything completely just stop.
Come to a halt. Yeah. So aside from being an actor and in the entertainment industry, you were also a small business owner. So could you tell us a little bit about the Balanced Beauty and what it's been like being a small business owner as well as an actor during this time?
Sure. So I would say that was my saving grace during this time. I'm an actor first and foremost, but I'm also a board certified holistic health coach, and I specialize in nutrition. But really I specialize with my clients in empowerment and spirituality and mindfulness. And so for me to still have my clients during that period of time, it was a really great way for me to kind of help others. I think a lot of us felt helpless during this time period.
Definitely.
So to feel like I had a purpose that I could help someone. I might not have been helping everyone on a bigger scale, but just being able to talk to my clients, email with my clients, have Zoom instead of face-to-face meetings, it was helpful for me during that time, just to kind of keep that social interaction and just feel like I had purpose every day. I think for a lot of people, not knowing what to do, where to go, what work looked like. I mean, as an actor, I had several projects lined up, paychecks lined up that, didn't happen. So I had to keep my business going, and thank goodness I had it as a source of income and also just as a source of purpose.
Mm. So you mentioned you're very spiritual, and my next question is, how have you stayed positive during this time? So aside from meditation and I know you're a yogi too, how else have you stayed positive?
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because I think the big thing I've learned over time is never try to be anything. Don't force yourself to be positive and wake up every day saying, I have to be positive. Because actually that's really a negative thing you're going to be chasing. You're never going to find happiness if you're seeking it. You know, the key is to be happy, to be in the moment, to be present. So that was something that was really big for me during COVID, was knowing that I had to be present. I had to know I can't control what's happening out there. I can't really control what's happening tomorrow. Can't change what happened yesterday. So it was really each day just being as present as possible, being as grounded as possible. To be positive, I just sort of try to do the activities that I love the most, that bring me the most joy. I was baking a lot, eating a lot, but I mean, really, I was in my creative process. I was working on some projects of my own. So, anything I could do to just be present and in the moment each day, I felt like that was the only way to kind of keep the positivity going.
I love that. And that's so important. And going back to, as New Yorkers, it's kind of go, 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 and we're always on. It's hard sometimes to be in the moment and be present when there's so much going on around us. And now that we've been kind of forced to slow down and be present, I think that's really important and awesome. And that's a positive, definitely, from this time.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we can do, right? It's just kind of live in the moment each day. And I think that's what I coach my clients with the most is don't, set a goal. Have the goal, have that huge goal. Like my goal, I'm an Academy Award winning actress, right? Like that's the big dream. But I love being like playing with my video camera outside of my house and being an actor. I do it because I love it. And it's the journey, it's not the destination. I know it's cliche, but it's like, what can you do every day to be the best you can be in that day? And then if you keep being the best every day, you're going to get there, hopefully, that's like the idea, but at least you enjoy it. You're not going to just focus on that goal that's so distant, that feels so far, and it's so hard, feeling like you're struggling to get there. Instead, I always like to have little milestones and then just enjoy and celebrate the little milestones as you achieve them.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, it's hard sometimes when you're looking at the bigger picture to take it, day by day or week by week and look at the short-term goals rather than going straight for, an award-winning actress or I'm going to win the Oscar.
But it's good to dream.
It is. You have to. Yep. Yeah. You have to dream. Yeah. So how have you stayed creative during this time? So, you mentioned going out in your front yard with your video camera. What else have you been doing?
Yeah, that sounds so creepy. It's like, hey, neighbors. No, I mean, I've had a video camera tied to me or a camera tied to me since I was a little girl. I mean, I'm the same person since I was 5. I mean, I have not grown up at all, for the most part. I am like always doing makeovers and playing dress up and playing make-believe and writing and being creative that way. So for me, it's like, it was kind of fun being in COVID a little bit, being isolated. I feel like I was just like my little kid self, getting to play every day. I did play with makeup and I was so bored. At certain times, I was just like having a good time. I like went on TikTok for a hot minute. I was like,
me too.
I like could not. That was just torture. Just trying to like understand this generation, but no, anything creative is fun. Like, and I'm all about it. Anytime you could just kind of let go, have fun, be silly, sing. I love singing.
And you're great at it too.
Well, thank you. I mean, I'm shy about it. It's something I'm not super confident about. And I think, as an actor, it's just sort of always, it's sort of pushing yourself to find different versions of yourself or express yourself in different ways. So for me, whether it's a video camera or writing or singing or dancing or playing with makeup and different looks or putting on a wig, just being silly, being in the flow and just like having a good time. Those were ways I was creative in quarantine for sure. I was just trying to laugh every day. I think that's what it is, just trying to make the best of every day you have because that's all we could really do,
Yeah, definitely. So knowing what you know now about 2020, is there any advice that you would like to give the viewers about how to maybe finish strong for the rest of this year now that we're at the halfway point? More than the halfway point?
Yeah, wow. So it's funny. We're at I love that though. So many people have said like 2020 is the lost year. 2020 is over. New York's dead. And it's like, I hate that. I'm so not a negative person like that. I look at it as an opportunity, really. I mean, we are rebuilding, we are restructuring, we're revising. Everything in our world is, yes, it's dead. And that's kind of positive, because maybe you're able to kind of look at things that weren't working and make them work better, make processes more efficient for businesses. As actors, how can we make the audition process more efficient? I think Zoom meetings are great. I've met with several casting directors through this time, and it was great not having to commute into the city or, commute all around, and be able to just have that change. I thought that was pretty positive. So there are ways to come out of this time and have it be for the better, and to take it and look for an opportunity and see where you can add value and kind of bring your best self into the world right now. I think the world needs a lot of entertainers and creators. During this period of time, I know the only time I was feeling good and laughing really was when I was either performing and being creative, or if I was watching a movie or television or escaping on TikTok for those times I totally did. But it's human connection, and it's interacting in that way. And I'm very grateful. I'm an artist to be able to kind of connect on that level, and it's so important. And 2020 is not over. I look at it as the rest of this whole year is an opportunity to just keep evolving, to keep creating, to keep growing, and answering what the time needs. And maybe it's more content, maybe it's more uplifting content, a lot of politics and Black Lives Matter and Me Too movement. I mean, there's so much going on that there's a lot to talk about. And anything you're passionate about, I think it's a really important time to get your voice out there and to use these mediums, even like Zoom, even this talk show, to just talk about what means a lot to you, and you can make a difference that way.
Mm-hmm. I love that. So speaking of content, what can we keep an eye out for on the horizon of your work? Any movies or shows coming out that
you're
excited about?
I'm really excited. So it's not going to be in theaters, from what I hear, which is a little disappointing. But I'm in a movie called Chronicle of a Serial Killer, which is coming out in October. I think it's going to be on demand, and it's going to be streaming, and you could download it and watch it on demand, which is awesome, actually, because probably more viewership, more people get to see it.
Yeah.
But I play young mother Anne Weiss. It was really fun playing a mother. I adore my son, Dane West, very talented young actor. Here's a plug. He was on CBS, Young and the Restless. I'm so proud of him.
Oh, wow.
But the other actors, director Steve Stanellis, just fantastic cast and crew. Just had a great time working on it. And I was so fortunate that we filmed that, last year, so that it's exciting to have something to look forward to that's coming out this year.
It's a positive.
So it should be good.
Awesome. So, moving forward, I just want people to be able to access the Balanced Beauty as well. Is there a website if somebody wants to reach out to you or learn more about your business?
Yeah, so the Balanced Beauty is, you can Google it, but www.thebalancedbeauty.com. And if you're just someone looking for just daily inspiration during this time, or maybe healthy recipe ideas or something, you could follow me on Instagram. I definitely just use this business as a way to mostly just support women mostly, but anyone looking to make healthy lifestyle changes, or just be more mindful, more just kind of making the best of every day. So yeah, definitely check that out.
I've done it, guys, and it is life-changing. I did it back in, I think, 2016. And I still, the tools that Ali, showed me and just the tips and tricks of every day, I still use today to keep a positive mindset. So
I love that. I mean, honestly, I don't really advertise my business at all. I don't put it out there in any way other than word of mouth and the people that come across it. I just think it's like an energy thing. I think I attract clients I'm meant to work with, and I haven't had one client who, I haven't been just so proud of, and I've seen them go on to do just amazing things. It makes me so proud. And if I just have a small difference in someone's life in that way to help them get on the right track or make a change to their eating habits or something, it's I don't know. I can't put a price on it. It's just something I feel called to do. It's a privilege to be able to do it. So yeah, I don't know.
Awesome. So this week, the charity that Allie chose is called the Pink Agenda. It's a nonprofit raising money for breast cancer research and spreading awareness about breast cancer. So I am going to kind of pass the mic to you, Allie, to elaborate a little bit more about this charity and what they're doing across the country.
Yeah, so I picked this charity mostly because it's the number one charity that I am passionate about, that I support, that I'm an advocate for. I lost my mother to breast cancer when I was very young. So having it affect me at such a young age, it changed the course of my whole life and who I am as a person. It's just something that I've always wanted to get involved with or share a message on in general. Became even more important. My aunt, her sister passed away, and my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 30. So it's something that is important to me to raise awareness on, to help encourage other women to be proactive about their health. I've been going for screenings and mammograms since my early 20s. I'm part of Memorial Sloan Kettering's high-risk surveillance program, which is fantastic. But I love the Pink Agenda because breast cancer is a very heavy topic. Cancer is something people kind of don't want to talk about. And the Pink Agenda is run by a bunch of young, fun professionals who are awesome and smart and wonderful, and they create really amazing events. My sister she was diagnosed, but she did beat it. She is a survivor.
She's amazing.
She's very positive, and she goes on and she's on the board, and she's created a speaker series for the Pink Agenda, and they have events. And the reason I love their events so much is because they're really inspiring. Everything is uplifting. It's positive. It talks about all the strides they're making through cancer research and how the funds that we're raising really do make a difference and they can save a life. And, being proactive, so it ties into my business as well. Being proactive with your health, taking care of yourself, just knowing, certain things that you may be predisposed to and just taking action, it can save your life. It could save a friend's life. It could save your mother, your father, whoever. I just don't want to see anyone lose someone. Sorry, get emotional, but don't, your mother, your sister, your aunt, you just don't want to ever experience that. So, raising awareness and contributing to something that affects so many people and so many women everywhere. It's just so important, not just in the month of October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but all the time. So that's why I'm super passionate about the organization. They're wonderful. And one thing they do is they put on a gala every year. And
yes, I was going to ask you.
Yeah, so the gala is so much fun. It's usually a big party. They just bring everyone together. The slogan is like raising hell and raising awareness for breast cancer. They have a DJ, Juliana Rancic and Bill Rancic. They host it. There's tons of celebrities that have been there over the years to show their support. And they have a pink carpet instead of a red carpet. It makes it glamorous. It makes it fun. It makes it like, I'm a woman and I'm strong. I'm going through this, but I'm going to beat it. And it's so cool. It's a great environment. So happy to go and to support it every year. So this year, because they can't do it live in person because of social distancing and COVID, they're actually doing it virtually. So October 8th, they're having the gala, but it's going to be online.
That's cool.
And it's actually really cool because normally this gala, this big party, it's only for New Yorkers. So like super fun, yay New York. But like there's a Pink Agenda chapter in Boston, Washington, D.C., LA. So the virtual gala has everybody. So we're all partying together. We're all raising hell. We're all raising awareness. We're all just celebrating. And there's raffles and giveaways that are really cool. I mean, we're not talking just like, oh, let's donate and maybe get a little something. Like we're talking really cool stuff. So it's cool to check it out. So thepinkagenda.org. And I post about it on my Insta story. I'll be sharing it through the Balanced Beauty and my Allie Meng account. Definitely check them out if you're interested in supporting a great cause and partying on in any way we can these days, even if it's virtually.
Yeah. And the link is also in my Instagram bio right now, and it will be there until next Thursday. So if you guys have any questions or you want to check it out, there's tons of different tabs to donate, to get involved. And like Ali said, there's info about the gala as well. I also saw on the website, I really loved that Julianne Rancic does this thing where for women who were diagnosed and are going through treatment, she says, you know, oftentimes when you have cancer and you're that sick, you don't always put yourself first. You're focused on your health and getting better. And so she donates like home goods and groceries and just things that you may put on the back burner for yourself or your family. And she really helps these women, which I really love. And a lot of the donations go to that.
Yeah.
There's a tab on the website for
She's a
that as well.
survivor herself. I mean, she's an inspiration. I mean, so many women, I will just say, actually so many people in general, especially, you know, you see on social media, you see their lives, it looks glamorous, it looks amazing, it looks like everyone's so happy. You just don't know what people are going through. You don't know what their real life is like. And you know, she's a perfect example. I used to watch her on E. I was always looking at her wardrobe, and you know, to know that she was going through that, you know, it's great that she could be brave enough to be open about her experience and going through it. Angelina Jolie, I mean, so many women, you know, in the spotlight who share their stories. You know, I'm very grateful because you can see how things happen to all of us, you know, but it's how you persevere, how you stay positive through those negative things, and how you can come out stronger than ever and, you know, really help someone else get through a tough time as well.
Yes, that's awesome that she wants to give back and help people through the experience that she went through. It's
For sure.
a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say there's any misconceptions about this said topic? I know, you know, when people hear the C word, that is obviously a really scary thing to talk about. How can we kind of normalize this and open the conversation?
Well, I mean, for starters, with a misconception, I think, you know, one thing is people only talk about it really with women. So men are affected by breast cancer as well. So that's a misconception I think people should, you know and look into and know more about. I mean, if you have high risk, like I do in my family, my brother is just as at risk as well. So it's important he gets screened. I mean, I know it's weird to say that, but I mean, that's the truth. And during a speaker series, I learned of a man who talked about his experience going through breast cancer. And it can be even harder because, you know, that's not normal. That's not something that people even know about. So they feel even more shame. And so maybe that's something that people should know more about and normalize that as well. And maybe it's not, you know, here's, you know, we talk about gender equality, like let's talk about men's breast cancer. I think that's super important. Certain things, you know, we should just open up the discussion even more about. And it's definitely a misconception I learned about myself. And in terms of this conversation, luckily, it's one of the things that I think people talk about a lot. And it's sort of sad only because, you know, I think so many people are affected by this disease. But it's just to know, maybe the misconception is also age is not really a factor. I think, and it's changing too. I mean, I was screening in my young 20s, I was having mammograms. And so people think, oh, you have to wait until you're at least 40. And that's not true. If you have high risk, you know, predisposition, take action, get a doctor to see you, you know, go to screenings, even if it's just self screenings. I mean, do what you can to be proactive and take charge of your own health, because honestly, you can save your own life. Early detection is really the best prevention against this disease. So it's just taking action, you know, the earlier, the better.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to say I'm guilty with, I didn't know that men could get breast cancer. I had no idea. And it was actually recently that I found that out because, and I sound so silly, Beyonce Knowles, her father was diagnosed with breast cancer and it made headlines. And I remember telling my boyfriend, like, I didn't know that men could get breast cancer. That's crazy. So that is important to kind of spread the awareness, not with just women, but men as well, because it doesn't discriminate against gender for sure.
For sure. I mean, that's another thing with COVID. I think we've all seen, you know, sickness and these issues, they don't discriminate, you know, and that's the one thing why no matter what's going on politically with the environment or anything, we're all the same. We're human. We, you know, we have the same things that affect us all. It doesn't matter what color, race, gender, sexual orientation. Like, you have one life. You need to take care of yourself. You need health care, and you know, you need to take care of yourself. And yeah, I mean, you get one life, you gotta live it to the fullest and take charge of your health, and
Yeah,
just
health is so
be
important.
the best you can be. Yeah.
So, Allie, I have to ask, is there anything else about this foundation or about you that you would like the viewers to know that we haven't already touched on today?
Wow, it's so weird. Like these interviews are funny because it's like, what did we even talk about?
It
And
goes
I
by
hope I was
fast.
like rambling. I
No,
mean,
you
this is
weren't.
one of my first times doing one of these, so thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, yeah, in terms of like anything to know, it's just if you're someone watching and taking the time to listen, thank you. I appreciate you. If you're an actor or creator watching this, especially, I really appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm struggling too. We're all struggling, and we're all just trying to do the best we could do. I would say like advice is not to compare. Just do the best you can do, and kind of just if you feel like inspired to work, and if you don't and you feel like I can't, then listen to your own intuition and your own self. I think that when you just, you know, are honest and truthful and authentic, you're going to have like the best results with whatever you do. So that's like sort of one thing I will just share. And anything about me is just I'm someone who's just an actor looking for work. You know, if you want to cast me in something, I'm around.
Book Allie. That's so funny. Well,
Great.
thank you so much for joining me this week. And if you guys, again, want to check out Allie's charity of choice, the link is in my Instagram bio and it will be there all week. As we go into October, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So now, you know, in the next few weeks coming would be really great time for you guys to learn more, to donate, and to kind of get involved. So thank you for sharing
Yeah,
with us,
sure.
Allie.
And also check out the gala. It's October 8th, and it's a really fun event. It will be virtual, but you can connect and network with a lot of people who are just raising money, raising hell, and really good people. And they're from all walks of life, all different industries, and you never know who you're going to meet or connect with through these events. And it's definitely great to check it out.
That's awesome. All right. Well, you stay healthy and safe, and hopefully, we will be able to see each other in person soon.
I know. I miss you. I
I
want to
miss
hug
you
you.
too. I
Virtual
know,
hug.
virtual hug.
Aw.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Allie Mang, and you're watching Open Mic with Mac.